Tasting like a boss, first review of 2025. So pretty exciting, right? I'm wearing my Love Western North Carolina shirt. I'm thinking about my friends as we go into the new year in Western North Carolina. With a primary focus on the two I'm thinking about the most right now, which are Neil and Justin Ballard Jeffries. Hopefully everything is going well with you and your families, and yeah, just thinking about you. I know it's been a while since the hurricane, but I'm hoping that the rebuilding and everything else is still going really well for you guys, and just know that we think about you every day. All right, so moving on to the review. I am already kind of believing this may lead to other reviews. Fingers crossed on that, because we're going to be doing Cuban Coffee Queen roasters. This one's called Key West Sunrise, medium to dark roast, ground. Very, very nice. It is from Key West, Florida. Boss of Boss got it when she and youngest daughter of Boss were down in Key West earlier this year, because I don't know if I've said this before, and I apologize if I'm just being a proud dad, but my youngest is a filmmaker, and she made 3 films this last year, 2024, and one of them was admitted to the Key West Film Festival, which was really neat. So really, really excited for her and everything that she's going to be doing in her artistic career. So very, very cool. So Cuban Coffee Queen roasters, going to be doing a 3-way review. Now, why do I cross my fingers at what this could lead to? Well, there's some recipes here on the side, which I'll end up doing at some point here. We have the cafe con leche, the colada, and the cortadito little recipes here. I know how to make them, but I'm going to follow exactly what their instructions are here. And I'm thinking that this may lead to a challenge between this and Cafe Bustelo, where I may have to bring in Lisette. I need to bring in Lisette and her Cuban coffee knowledge to see which one's better. Because, why not? So the back says, one day in Cuba, I met a lady who made the best coffee and Cuban toast. She told me stories and showed me how to make a real cafe. Cuban coffee, it's a lifestyle, she proudly said. Cuban parents even dip pacifiers into espresso to give to their children. The smell of a fresh brew welcomes us into every day. This beloved espresso has woven its way into Cuban culture, making itself known in songs and poems for over 2 centuries. And their website is cubancoffeequeen.com. So I'll put that down in the description as well. But again, this is a medium to dark roast. Now, this is a ground coffee. Why is that important? Well, I have found that with this coffee, with Cafe Bustelo, and with that Costa Rican coffee that I got from Patrick and Sylvia, that we obviously can't say Cuban coffees. Let's say Latin coffee companies, when they grind finer than your typical ground coffee. This is not as fine as when I grind for espresso, but it's going to be much finer than your typical ground coffee. Why is that important? Well, to those people out there where it matters, if you're going to get it ground, realize it's going to be ground much more fine than you typically would use for cold brew, and we are going to be tasting it in cold brew, brewed for over 24 hours. It's going to be finer than you would typically use for drip, and we are going to be tasting it in drip. But it's also going to be a little more coarse than you may use for espresso for whatever reason, and we're going to be trying it in espresso. So let's get down to the scent, see what we think. It's got a lighter aroma than I anticipated. So medium to dark roast makes sense. I would have thought this was a medium roast. There are some darker roast notes to it, but scent-wise, it's not one that punches you right in the face as far as the scent goes. Still very nice. Let's move to the cold brew. Very little scent, typical, right? Tasting like a boss. It's good. It's not light, meaning it doesn't taste like water, okay? But it also isn't really dense It isn't like really earthy forward. This is a good medium roast cold brew with slight dark roast notes. I mean, so when they say it's a medium to dark roast, I mean, they're not lying. It is exactly what it attests to be. So that's good. Not so much a complaint, but there's going to be a little bit of dryness on the back end. So you may not find it to be refreshing, but I already kind of feel like a jolt. It's just really good. I'm trying to think what I would compare it to. If I was comparing it to coffee, store coffees, much better than Foxtail. You guys know I am not a fan of that. Sorry for those people who are. This is going to be comparable to not Dunkin' Donuts. It's better than Dunkin' Donuts cold brew, which, by the way, is not a bad cold brew. This is going to be up there, I think, with Double O's. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a Double O's. That's kind of what it tastes like to me. So that's a very good cold brew coffee. I like mine darker, but definitely not a breakfast blend. No sour notes. Very smooth and good. All right, let's move to the next is the drip. A little bit of scent, not much. Kind of surprising. All right, but still smells good. Tastes like a boss. Yeah, that's good. That's a good cup of coffee, guys. Yeah, that's nice because it does actually occupy the space it says it's going to. It's not light. It's not some sort of breakfast blend. And it isn't medium. You had that medium beginning, so that it sort of cuts down the bitterness, but then you get that, and when I say bitterness, that earthiness, bitterness that you want in your dark roast creeps in. So yeah, that's nice. Yeah, this is a nice gateway drug to those people who want to drink dark coffee, but they're already stuck in the middle. So here you go. Cuban Coffee Queen Roasters Key West Sunrise is that gateway drug to drinking dark roast coffee. All right, let's try the espresso next. Got in my little tasting cup here. Oh, the scent on that is really nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, tasting like a boss. Okay, well, that's really good. That's solid. Oh, man. Okay, so for me, on this one here, espresso is going to be my number one. Again, it says it's espresso, but I mean, it's not bitter like an espresso bean. It's very smooth, very good. That's really good. That's really, really good. Oh man, you know what the problem is going to be is I'm going to end up doing a side-by-side review of this espresso, probably with Lisette, this and Cafe Bustelo, and we may have to come to blows. Okay, let's put that over there. So that's a big, big thumbs up on the espresso. On the drip, this is my second preferred method for this particular one. And coming back to it, the flavor dynamics are even more in here than in the espresso. This is a really, really good drip coffee. But on the cold brew, it's refreshing, light. The flavor profiles do not come out as much on the cold brew as with the drip or the espresso. So I'd probably not waste my time in the cold brew with this one here. I know I'm not going to cold brew this one anymore. I think that's a waste with this particular coffee. And that's okay. Remember, not every coffee needs to work in every version, but I'm going to stick with the drip and the espresso. So until next time, people, thanks for going on this taste journey. Hit like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, keep tasting like a boss. And I'll have one of the dogs next time, I promise. Thanks so much.